Well, according to the man behind the Forever Canadian petition, the movement is surging. Thomas Lukaszuk joining us this morning. Thomas, thanks for taking time for us, and we'll get into maybe one of the indications about how it is surging in a moment. But first, can you give us a count? How many signatures of the almost 300,000 that you need are you at?
I would love to, but we haven't started recalling our petitions yet. Our volunteers are collecting signatures as we're speaking across the entire province, and we will have a better sense where we're at once we do the first pool of petitions, which will happen probably within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, any sense at all, though? I mean, does it appear to be, are you getting more than you thought you would at this point?
Well, momentum is growing, and we never thought we would have this many volunteers collecting petitions at the same time. So as we're speaking right now, today, there will be approximately 40 locations across the province where volunteers will be collecting signatures on petitions. So the number has just exploded on us. It's become a little bit of a movement where literally almost everybody wants to sign the petition, and our biggest challenge is getting that petition to them. But we are very much, pleasantly surprised with how popular this has become.
Yeah, I've kept an eye on the website just to see the number of locations, and there are a few to start, and then as you mentioned, it has absolutely exploded. Is it beyond the scope of what you thought you would have in terms of the number of volunteers that have stepped up?
By a country mile. Right now, we have over 3,750 volunteers in Alberta collecting signatures, and that number is growing. And we need it to grow even more if we are to reach the magic 300,000 signature numbers. But what is also very pleasantly surprising is that these signatures are being collected across the entire province, particularly in the rural Alberta. We always anticipated that Edmonton, Calgary, being large population centers, will do well, but we're actually finding that tables are being set up in small towns and summer villages across the province, and they're actually reporting pretty good numbers.
Reaction to this week's call from the Alberta Republican Party for the Premier to skip this whole petition process and launch a binding referendum?
They are always very much pro-democracy until it doesn't work for them. This is a very democratic process. Albertans have a chance to express their opinion, and they're coming out in very large numbers. So I don't know why you would want to skip this process. And seeing the turnout that opposes separatism, it is abundantly obvious that about 80% of Albertans want nothing to do with separatism. So I'm shocked that the Republican Party is asking for a referendum. They must really enjoy losing.
What kind of support have you seen from some of the higher profile politicians in our province? I mean, to that end, has the Premier changed her mind about signing it?
Not that I'm aware of, and actually I'm not aware of any MLA signing the petition. However, number of very high-profile former politicians, from former Prime Minister Anne McClellan to the originator of the Reform Party, Ian McClellan, to former MLAs and cabinet ministers, both provincially and federally, are endorsing, and not only endorsing, but collecting signatures, including our former Premier, Ed Stelmach. Our current MLAs are somewhat bashful, but that's okay. We will let them join the campaign when they choose to do so. Municipal officials, mayors, Reeves, and others are quite engaged, and those who are now running for office have incorporated this petition as part of their campaign.
Okay, where can people learn more, Thomas?
Well, just go onto our website, forever-canadian.ca, forever-canadian.ca. Over there, I implore, sign up as a signature collector. It's actually a lot of fun doing this, or find a location where is a table set up nearest to you.
Okay, be interesting to talk within the next couple of weeks once you get some hard numbers. Thanks so much for taking time for us. We always appreciate it. That is the organizer of Forever Canadian, Thomas Lukaszuk.
Thank you.
Thanks.